Chaliye. Today I'll take you through my story. It's not easy for me to discuss my personal life. Yes, I'm a little bold, but doesn't mean that I would like to open out everything that has happened in my personal space in my house like this. But because I'm a mom first and the only thing left now, I would like to share what all I have put up with so that other children get inspired by hearing me and have the courage to fight their battle should they stand in a situation like mine. God forbid. Wouldn't wish it on anybody's child. So I have got married to this man, Mr. X. Those of you who know me know who I'm talking about. In the year 2003. It was a love marriage. We had no home, not me, not him. We took a home loan. We started building a life. He had a line of business and he had one showroom. And I think we were both sincerely working. And God started blessing the sincerity. And from one showroom, they went to two, three, five. And I also went up the ladder, the corporate ladder, with utmost dedication and sincerity. And we were being able to pay our home loan and live in a prime location in the heart of Calcutta with all the hard work that was going in. Now, little did I know that when I got pregnant and had my first child, my body went through a lot of hormonal changes. I did not know because those days parents either weren't so educated or weren't so expressive that they would teach the children that please be prepared that these are the changes that you're going to embrace. So this is how you should be ready to um, you know um, tide over all the challenges which come. So of course me I would be working 6 months after I had my baby, went back to my full-time job. I would start my day early in the morning by about 9ish and wrap up and be home by 6. After that, barely I would have any energy left, and my child would go off to sleep by 7. So, the only look forward would be to spend that little time with the child and then rest and recuperate. Little did the man realize, and little did my parents also teach me, that the body will not be able to handle the demands of a couple. And that started creating distance because my need to rest and recuperate was taking over everything else. And there were other issues that we had started having, uh, mainly to do with temperaments and probably I was not being able to understand what was going on with my body, and my spouse was not being able to very clearly communicate that if my needs are not met, I'm likely to stray. Which is something I think every couple should very clearly talk to each other. Because if you don't do that, then you do end up straying. And who all do you end up ruining? Yourself, the child you've just brought into this world, your spouse, your parents, your generation which is coming, your business, your name, your lineage, name it all. I didn't know that we had started going downhill. And I was told at a much later date by my spouse that because this issue was happening, he should have taken medical help, or rather, help with counseling. Yes, I think he was right. And he could have taken that help by even admitting it to me, which he did not. And if in a moment of rage or in moment of hormonal burst I have been offensive, I think men should learn to be able to deal very straight and talk to their spouses rather than talk to other women as to how their wife is behaving. So the hole in the relationship was beginning to build, and a greedy woman from a poor background who worked as an employee for us started taking advantage of this situation to not only fill my space, take the money, enjoy the free ride that was coming with a handsome, good looking man, which none of their family members have, and they come from lesser privileged background. So she thought that here I am for a joyride, and the joyride gradually started turning into a horror story. But my naivety, or is it my stupidity and my trust in my man those days, now I think he's nobody's man. Why I say this, I will come to it later, is that I believed that everything was okay. Alice was fine in Wonderland. And I kept going, doing my duties for his parents, for myself, for my children, trying to be the best mother, the best wife, the best homemaker, the best at my work. And as I have been told by people, I was doing fairly well. So from the outside, everybody seemed to admire me. So I believed that I was not doing anything which was uh, not fulfilling. So this is part one of my story. But by then, the mole is not the right word, the infiltrant had already entered the relationship, which is almost a decade after our wedding, and when my child was barely 3 years old. This is chapter 1.